That's great. I like that a lot. That's a young gentleman who trades under the name of Dan. He's very young indeed. I think he's only about 16 or 17. He's from Derry. And he was on this programme one Friday, and he was a revelation. Huge talent. And before that was Bob Dylan, of course, a song taken from a movie called Wonder Boys about 10 years ago. It's a song called Things Have Changed. I think he won a Grammy for that, but that's not the musicology thing. Telling people things they don't want to know. That's great. Geordie's on the line. Speaking of ethnomusicological talk. Good morning, Geordie.
Hello, Gerry.
How are you today?
Not too bad, but the price of stuff was a holy tar.
Excuse me? What did you say?
What?
What did you say?
The price of stuff is desperate.
The price of stuff is desperate?
A pair of trousers, £30.
You see, well, what is happening here is...
Well, I'm trying to get myself sorted out for going up to see you.
You see, I think I know what's happened here. I'm going to bring in Mr. Coyle here. I hope you don't mind, but I'm going to suggest something to Geordie that maybe perhaps it hasn't occurred to him. See, Geordie's been more or less living in a twilight world this last 20 years. And have not been... Am I correct in saying that maybe perhaps, Geordie, you have not been fully aware of the way the world has changed about you in this last 20 years, being perhaps maybe not entirely with the world all that time?
I wouldn't say that now.
No, I wouldn't say that either.
All right, and Rusty's all right.
Aye.
And Henry McCockatee.
Yes. No, I know you've been concerned with your animals and about your flighted friends. But, I mean, how can I put this? Maybe let's suggest that maybe your vision has been blurred by maybe perhaps a little drink, perhaps, over the past 20 years.
Not at all.
And now that Geordie has reached a certain... No, let me finish the sentence.
I'm paying it out on the tick.
No. Now, let me suggest that maybe perhaps...
Too much a week, you know.
That's all I wanted to say.
No, I'm just saying that perhaps through this prolonged period of sobriety, Geordie is looking around him with his burnt arse and saying to himself, the world is an expensive place to live. Look at the price of trousers.
But you know what? I know.
But so Geordie you got yourself a couple of nice shirts, didn't you, Geordie?
I did indeed. And it cost me £30, £15 a shirt.
There you are. There you are.
Obviously from some well-known boutique. And what kind of shirts are they? Can you care to describe them? Are they just plain?
Well, there's a pink one, and then there's a stripy one.
Yeah.
Oh, you never know when you might need a pink one. And a stripy one.
Aye.
Well, I suggest... Why did you get these, anyway? Any particular reason for the purchase?
I got them in a war and want.
Yes, right. Yeah.
Right. But any particular reason why you should take it into your head to buy these shirts at this particular point in time?
I'm trying to get organised for going up to see you.
Well, are you talking about our bus run or just a general visit?
Yes, your bus run.
You're, of course, welcome to come up here any time. You don't have to... The bus run won't happen until next year. So maybe perhaps your purchase of shirts has been premature.
I know, that's why I started early.
Did you get a pair of trousers in the War and Want as well?
I did indeed, too. Lovely trousers.
What kind of trousers were they?
They're sort of lady brownish, and the crease never comes out of them.
So cavalry twill? A permanent crease. This
and
is
a
to
lovely pair of shoes.
Remember you used to have creases in your trousers. Whatever happened to creases in your trousers? Remember you used to ask your mother to do it right?
Oh, that's right. I used to hate doing that. I always got railway lines in mine.
Oh, the two together?
Yeah.
Bad idea. That was very unacceptable.
And also,
double crease.
Geordie, how do you, Geordie, stop the trousers shining? Do you know the iron makes them shiny?
But then you see, there was a thing you called the old press, you know, you'd have put your trousers in them. And
right. Are you talking about the Corby trouser press? Those of you who have stayed in hotels will be familiar with that machine. I have many times... I used to try and operate the Corby press. You know when you had drink taken? Do you know when you were sober, you never went near it? But sometimes you'd be staying in a hotel at various places throughout the globe, and at night perhaps, maybe you had dinner, maybe perhaps a little too much drink, and you go back to your room at maybe 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock, and you get bored, you see. And then you dismantle the Corby press and you try and press your trousers. Never do that. That must always be done sober. But when you're sober, you never think of doing that.
No.
I have never, ever used that machine.
Not even when you were drunk?
Not ever. Never. I just see it.
Not even when you're lying in the room and saying, Jesus, boys, watch that. Wonder how that works.
I don't know how if you plug it in or what you do with it. I never look at it. I never touch one.
I know a person who's female, and she used to...
Now, do you have to? Maybe we shouldn't hear this.
No. When she washed her, she had long hair, and she used to wash her hair. She put it in the Corby trouser press.
Oh, that sounds all right to me.
Janet, eh? Did Janet never do that? Did Janet ever do that?
I don't know.
Ask her.
No, she said.
She's laughing. She knows she's done it.
But anyway,
Janet, have you ever done that? Because Janet's hair is short.
Right.
I don't think you ever had your hair really long, Janet. Did you?
much did you pay for the shoes, Jordy?
Shut up! You're no fun.
£40.
£40.
£40, Sean.
For the two of them?
Aye.
Gee.
Are they out of Warren Want as well?
Oh, no, they're classy. They're Clarks.
Clark's, right? No better shoe is there in the market. So I'm almost tempted to have a look at you. Are you going to contemplate some kind of jacket, or is this the?
Oh, I have a lovely coat.
Have you?
Oh, aye.
What kind of coat is this?
It's sort of spackly,
Speckly?
Aye.
There's a bit of tweed in there, maybe,
There
perhaps?
is indeed. Yorkshire tweed.
Yes. Well, that'll be nice, because
And
that's...
my wee hat, my wee cap.
Have you got a new hat,
how
Jordy?
you wish.
Jordy, have you got a new hat?
A wee cap on this Yorkshire tweed.
Yorkshire.
There's a cap he's got.
Moon.
I'm not sure if Geordie's a cap person.
I like you in the hat, Jordy.
I think so.
I know,
I'll tell
but
you what
the
to do,
hat has
Geordie.
gotten-
Will you do something for me? Whenever you do come up, will you bring the cap and the hat?
No, this hat has got an awful price.
Hats are very dear as well. How much is a hat these days?
It's about £35.
And the name of year, £35 for a hat.
Ah,
The country's destroyed.
I know the country's it's like
Economic-
a haystack that is split.
Economic decline. There was a time you could have bought a horse for that.
I'm a 6 and 7/8.
Are you?
What are you, Jerry?
I don't know. My hat
What
size?
size of a hat do you wear?
I don't have a hat size. I just go in and try them all on until they work. I went in
I
one
would
time.
say, Jerry, you would suit a hat.
I would think so too as well.
Did I ever
would
tell you about the
say
time I
you
went in to
would
buy the
suit a
cowboy
hat.
hat? Did I ever tell you about the time I went in to buy the cowboy hat?
No.
In Wilcox, in New Mexico.
Right.
And it was a shop that Geronimo used to shop in. Did I ever tell you about that?
Think you did, but go ahead. I don't remember it. Go ahead.
I went into this shop, you see, and a man said to me words that I have never heard before and words that I don't think I'll ever hear again. He said, "Do you know Geronimo used to shop in here?" I said, "Excuse me?" He said, "Geronimo used to shop in here." I said, "You mean Geronimo, the Indian?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Really?" He said, "This place used to be a grocery store." I said, "Was it? What did Geronimo buy?" He was very fond of sugar. Really? And he would buy 10 pounds of sugar, but he wouldn't buy a 10-pound bag. I said, "Why not?" Because he didn't trust the white man. He used to buy 10 one-pound bags, because when he lifted a 1-pound bag, he knew by the feel of it, by the heft of it, that it was 1 pound. So he bought 10 of those. If he had a 10-pound bag, he was sure that the white man would diddle him. So there we are. He used to buy 10 one. Isn't that a metaphor?
Yes, good.
That's why the red man will never. That's why Indians are Indians. That's why you're not one. You would have bought a 10-pound bag. And then he said to me, "Can I do you for anything else?" I said, "Oh, that's great." I said, "I'm looking for a hat." He said, "What's your hat size?" I said, "I don't know." I said, "Can I go over there and just try them on until I find one that fits?" He said, "Yeah." So I went over and I tried one that fitted. And I stood there. He said, "Where are you from?" I said, "I'm from Ireland." He said, "I'm Irish too." I said, "What part of Ireland are you from?" He said, "I don't know." My mother never told me. I said, "Did you ever ask her?" He said, "No, I never did." This is one of those stories that's going nowhere.
Yeah. Well, then, can you ask Jordy? We're getting the calls here asking Jordy. Ask Jordy about the weather. Is the weather going to change, or what's happening?
No, it'll not change till September.
Oh.
Then it's going to be winter. It's going to change to...
No, to school. Once the school children goes back to school, the weather picks up.
The weather will revert to seasonal.
Yes.
In September, it will become autumn.
It will.
After having been winter since
And the sun
May.
will be shining.
That's right, yeah. But the weather forecast, sure, there's no mystery there, Sean. The conventional meteorological office forecasts have said that there will be rain throughout August. Do you know that?
What did they say about September?
I'm getting out of here in 2 weeks' time, I'll tell you what. You put your head in your oven if you're in here. This is every single day you get up in the morning, the rain pours down on you. I feel
Gerry,
like...
do you know what I'm stuck for?
What?
Fridge.
You need a fridge?
I put the stuff out in their water tank,
Yeah.
To keep it fresh, you know, and milk goes off and sausage goes off.
No, it's not a good idea to put your sausages in the water tank.
But it keeps it fresh.
I know, but there's all kinds of bacteria there.
There's no water in the tank, is there?
Yes, there's water in the tank. That's why he puts it in.
Is there water in the tank, Jordy?
The big tank outside.
Cool. People used to put their bottle of milk in it.
I do. You put the milk in, but the milk goes sour.
Absolutely.
So you need a fridge.
It needs a fridge, yeah. And, I don't know if we can... maybe perhaps someone who hasn't got a fridge would maybe help you out. But look at all this money you're spending on clothes. Why don't you buy a fridge? It's 40 quid for a pair of socks, for a pair of shoes,
but do you know
30 quid for...
Do you know what price a fridge is?
Well, I do, actually, yeah. I do.
£200.
At minimum.
Huh?
Do you want one that makes ice as well?
Nah, I wouldn't worry about
You want a wee second-hand one, Jordy?
I think that's what he's after.
Yeah,
Or maybe
well.
perhaps, now, Jordy, I mean, you don't mind me saying you're not the richest man in the world. Maybe perhaps someone out there have a fridge, getting a new model. Maybe they've got a perfectly functional fridge. Maybe they're just about to throw it.
I have a bit of money here. Like, I'll do my best to pay him.
Oh, I'm not saying that you wouldn't pay, but, it's very... Have you ever been down in the municipal dump? Have you ever been down? You know the place where we bring all our stuff here in the city? Derry, Stoke, Londonderry? Have you seen all the fridges sitting there?
Yeah.
And cookers?
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with them.
TVs.
TVs, nothing wrong with them.
Dumped.
And people don't even take the plugs off their leads anymore. If you went down there with a screwdriver, you come home with about 1,500 plugs. People have too much
But Gerry,
money.
before I go,
Yes.
no, not being personal,
Pardon?
but I want to ask you
Yes.
how you get on at the hair clinic.
Well, are you referring to my quest for hair?
How did you get on?
I can't say.
What?
I can't say.
You can't say. What do you mean you can't say?
I can't say. Is Jordy asking me if I've had a hair transplant?
Yes.
I
Did you
thought
get
he
hair?
was. I can't say. I can't say because, you see, Sean, can I explain this to you? Mr. Coyle thought that I had something done.
Thank you.
You remember a couple of weeks ago you thought...
Yeah, but I don't think it anymore.
No, but you see, this could be what has happened. What happens is that whenever you get something like that done to your hair, it falls out immediately, right? And then it doesn't grow until about another year. So what you may have noticed may have been the remains of what I had in before it fell out. So maybe perhaps in a year's time I'll walk in here like Joe Mahan.
You could do, Gerry. I would say you could, for you know what you've got what a whole lot hasn't got.
Exactly.
Charisma.
Yes, and charisma, that's the
You
word.
have charisma.
I have indeed, yeah.
There's not too many has charisma.
Very few of them. As a matter of fact, nearly everybody in the BBC is without it. I'm the only one. I'm the only one what has some.
Excuse me.
Yes.
There's a person on 2 wants to talk to Jordy.
Good morning, person on 2. You're through to Jordy.
What are you doing?
Is that a cow? Is it? What is it?
Hello.
Hello. Hello, person on 2.
Hello?
Yes, you're through to Jordy.
Hello, Jordy.
Yes.
Are you looking at a fridge?
I'm a date.
I have one to buy there's a freezer box on top. It's only 2-year-old. I put a new kitchen in.
There you are.
Right?
That's the very thing I was talking about.
What direction are you?
Outside Scarborough, County Down.
You're maybe by the way. I'm Simpson.
Maybe perhaps, Jordy, you could get one of your friends to maybe pick it up. There's a gentleman, Fonzie, isn't he? Isn't he a happy person?
Yes.
And he does all kinds of stuff. Maybe he'd be kind enough to maybe find some means of picking that up for you.
Aye.
Well, listen, I'd leave you, the two of you, to exchange phone numbers and that kind of thing. Eh? Or maybe you can do... Sean, what do we do? How do these men operate here?
Okay. We'll take them back when you're finished, and Thomasina will talk to them. And
who is this man? First of all, the man I'm talking to, this offered the fridge. What is your name, sir? First name?
Connolly.
Well, thank you very
Connolly.
much. Yeah, thank you very much. That's a very noble and indeed altruistic gesture. And Jordy will appreciate it greatly, Jordy, won't you?
Oh, well, and Gerry, before I go,
Yes.
the time you were away, I said to Stanley the goat, right?
Yes.
I says, Gerry's away
Sorry, that's that man away. Sorry.
to get his hair done.
Yes.
All right.
Well, old Stanley cocked his head to one side.
Uh-huh.
And then we Rusty,
Yeah.
I said to him,
Yes.
and Rusty just looked at me with one wee black eyes.
Yes.
and I said to Stanley, and Stanley took a plate round the cage.
Really? So the animals reacted badly to the
They
news.
did, really.
Uh-huh. All right. See, the animals, squeak, squawk, talk to the animals, and they will talk to you. I've always
And
said
Gerry, you keep her look till we get out.
that. I will. All right then, Geordie, thank
Bye
you.
now. God
bless
bless
you.
you.
Bye. Geordie's coming back to his old self. He's starting to slur again. I'm so happy to hear that.